Hello, you're watching Shalom World News. I'm Rory McLennan coming to you from Glasgow, Scotland. Here are the latest headlines from around the world. Cardinal Blasé Cupich of Chicago has urged world leaders such as President Joe Biden and Russian President Vladimir Putin to strive for a world free of nuclear weapons, calling it a moral necessity. This appeared as an opinion piece in The Hill as Biden is holding talks with Putin in Geneva on replacing the 2010 New START nuclear weapons control treaty. The prelate said nuclear weapons pose an existential threat to all life, and it is the need of the hour to work towards achieving total nuclear disarmament through vigorous global monitoring and enforcement mechanisms. The Cardinal said both the United States and Russia have unique responsibilities in taking the initiative to eliminate the nuclear threat, as they control most of the nuclear warheads in the world. The treaty was set to expire in February when the new Biden administration agreed to extend it by 5 more years. On the 9th anniversary of the adoption of Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals, or DACA policy regarding undocumented migrants, the US bishops have issued a statement asking the government to expedite immigration policy reforms. DACA permits undocumented migrants who enter the United States as children to remain in the country. Bishop Mario Dorsonville, who heads the USCCB's Committee on Migration, issued a statement that says Congress should no longer delay the long overdue reforms. The bishop said the policy should be amended in such a way that the dignity and rights of migrants' children, often referred to as dreamers, as well as undocumented essential workers and migrant agricultural labourers, are protected. The prelates also sought recognition for the contributions of foreign-born workers and protection for the vulnerable. There are more than 600,000 active DACA recipients living in the US. Meanwhile, in Hungary, a law has been enacted banning LGBTI content from school educational materials, as well as from TV shows for children under the age of 18. This comes as the government of Viktor Orban is stepping up its campaign to protect the traditional family and to promote Christian values. The legislation was passed in the National Assembly by 157 votes to 1. The law will ban large organisations and firms from carrying advertisements expressing solidarity with pro-LGBTI ideologies. Meanwhile, leading human rights organisations have criticised the new law, saying it will stigmatise LGBTI people and those supporting them. Member of the opposition Anna Donat has appealed to the European Union to intervene and take immediate action. Orban's right-leaning Fidesz party champions the cause of the traditional family and the Christian roots of Hungary. After spending more than 6 months in jail, a Catholic pro-democracy activist in Hong Kong has been released. 24-year-old Agnes Chow was released on June the 12th. She was arrested for taking part in unauthorised mass protests during the 2019 anti-government protests that prompted Beijing to crack down on dissenters in the former British colony. Ms. Chow, who has always upheld her Catholic faith, was greeted by journalists as she left prison. She became a prominent figure by taking part in the 2014 Umbrella movement, demanding universal suffrage when she was still a student. Several leading pro-democracy activists, including Joshua Wong and Catholic philanthropist and millionaire Jimmy Lai, have been arrested in the global financial hub after China imposed a strict national security law that curbs numerous freedoms enjoyed by Hong Kong residents. In what is being termed by pro-life supporters as a national tragedy, statistics reveal that 210,860 unborn babies were aborted last year in England and Wales alone, the highest number since the Abortion Act 1967 was introduced. Figures released by the Department of Health and Social Care show an increase of 1,341 abortions from 2019. The spurt in the number of abortions is attributed to the British government permitting at-home abortions up to the 10th week of pregnancy in 2019. The data also shows that 3,083 babies were aborted last year on the grounds of disability, while 693 were killed as they were diagnosed with Down syndrome. Tragically, 35 babies were aborted in 2020 as they had a cleft palate, a medical condition that can be surgically corrected. Pope Francis has urged world leaders to have a proper vision for humanity after the COVID-19 pandemic abates. In a video message to the participants of the 16th edition of the GLOBSEC Bratislava Forum, where political leaders and ministers are focusing on rebuilding the post-pandemic world, the Holy Father said recovery must not only rebuild what was there, but also rectify what was not functional before the outbreak of the virus. GLOBSEC Bratislava Forum began on June the 15th with the theme Rebuild the World Back Better, and it will come to a close on June the 17th. Leaders attending the forum are laying the groundwork for the renewal and rebuilding of trust in democracy and institutions, as well as fueling economic growth and recovery. The Church in Brazil has opposed the National Penitentiary Department's plan to replace in-person chaplain visits with ecumenical closed-circuit radio stations. This reform is seen as a direct attack on the Catholic Church and its Prison Pastoral Commission. According to authorities, those radio stations have the potential to, quote, greatly expand the number of individuals supported by their religious organisations in comparison to the small number of individuals who attend a religious leader's in-person visit. The Church's Prison Pastoral Commission said in a letter it could not accept the move. Father Gianfranco Graziola, a theological advisor to the Prison Pastoral Commission, said prisoners have a right to religious assistance and Catholic inmates need to receive the sacraments. Opposing the move, the Prison Pastoral Commission has begun a signature campaign. A group of Argentine journalists funded by the International Planned Parenthood Federation has published a blacklist of pro-lifers in the country. The list published on June the 13th names people, political parties and organisations that are pro-life and are against gender ideologies. The website of Conservative Reaction contains the list of 400 names, along with photographs, biographies and political affiliations. It also named prominent pro-lifers including Agustin Laje, Nicolas Marquez, Lawyers for Life, Doctors for Life and the Argentine Bishops' Conference. Politicians who opposed legalizing abortion in 2020 are also named in the list. As per the reports of Argentine news outlet El Diario AR, the International Planned Parenthood Federation has funded the website. And those are your latest headlines. Do join us again tomorrow. In the meantime, you can visit swnews.org for more updates. Shalom.